Good morning, folks. It is a snowy morning here in New Jersey. We're at the cookie factory, David's Cookies in New Jersey, picking up a load for Casey's General Stores. Got the truck in the dock. It's quite a tight backing maneuver here. You can kind of see what I had to do there in the snow. Tattles about my tactics. Got the trailer tandems to about where I'm standing here, and then had to pull forward again, get close to the opposite curve, and in order to walk them around the corner without hitting this tree. You can see where a lot of other people have just gone right over the curb. That poor tree root there smashed several times, and you can see there's even fresh tracks in the snow over here in this big piece in the middle. That's totally doable without dropping your phone. Still intact. Love otter boxes. Totally doable without going over any of the curbs. It's just difficult. You can also see where the signs on the opposite have been hit, and we got a little close to that sign on the one with the bent pole. There should be 3 signs. The other sign is buried in the snow right there. Someone's already knocked it completely down. And then yeah, so we got the truck in the door without running over any curbs, which is always an accomplishment for me. It smells like heaven here. It's delightful. We have no snow on our truck because I parked in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania last night, and it didn't snow hardly any there. It all melted before I left this morning. But all the people who are local have snow on their cars and trucks, so it's been interesting. Everyone looks like frosted snowflakes. Or frosted cornflakes. Frosted snowflakes. What is wrong with me? Yeah, you can see the little bits of snow on everyone's cars. The guy with the black roof has the least amount of snow on theirs, which very impressed. So it looks like the only person that actually cleared theirs off of this batch. So, picking up cookies, heading to Iowa. For Casey's General Stores, which means I can't upload this until I'm out of New Jersey and on my way. So it'll be a couple of days from now. Today's the 12th. You'll probably see this video on the 15th. There goes I caught it. There goes someone out of Newark, I think. Can't zoom in or out in this mode. Oh. Were you guys upside down since I dropped the phone the first time? I'm so sorry. I'm a professional YouTuber. I'm really not. I do get paid for it, but I don't make a living on it, so it's not. I wouldn't really call myself a professional YouTuber. Pretty sky though. Very pretty sky. It's like good, and mornings like this are fun. I left with exactly the right amount of time to get here 10 minutes early, which is, I feel like, an accomplishment anywhere near New York City. This is about as close to New York City as I ever want to get. We're inside the 287 loop, just off of I-80 and I-280, and US 46. That little junction there is kind of where we're at. Get back in the truck. So we did. I got a duck getting in and out. So we dropped off that last load. We were in fact late. My glasses are so dark. Transitions lenses, very fun. They're new for me, so it's still taking some getting used to. Yeah, we dropped off that last load in Dunkirk, New York. The load of ice cream. We got a quart of ice cream out of it. Somebody dropped it while they were unloading, so they just gave it to me. Didn't count as an overage or a shortage either, since it was all on them, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want it. We get so much ice cream here." I'm like, "I'll take it." I can get rid of that in a night. I don't have a freezer big enough for it, but I can get rid of it. Vanilla bean Walmart brand ice cream, very nice. Probably saw it as the I think it was the thumbnail for that video was the quart of ice cream, even though the ice cream did not appear in the video. I haven't seen anyone mention it in the comments, so some people actually read the description, I think. It's a good morning. It's always a good morning when you're right on time and somewhere cool. It's a cookie factory. How could I not be happy? I don't think I'm going to get any cookies on this load. Unlike with the ice cream, I was surprised to get ice cream. It's been so long since I actually got something from a shipper or receiver, just because they happened to poke a hole in it or something. It's like, oh, here's yours. Got a whole case of Oreos that way once. That was fun. That was the prime. Hasn't happened other than the ice cream. It hasn't happened yet with Decker. So we have gotten overages from other people. So I had last week. I had picked up a trailer with a bunch of. It sounded like they were knocking on the trailer. That was weird. Picked up a trailer. Had to get out to California in just a couple of days, and I was already way behind on that. Like, it was a whole snarl of situations over near Fort Dodge. Like, they told me the trailer was one place. I went there, ran out of hours, sat there like, oh, the trailer's not here. Had to be like spy mode and take a picture of the sign-in sheet to get the truck number for whoever picked it up, because the security people just wouldn't tell me, because they're like, oh, it's confidential, we can't tell you that. I'm like, I can see here where he signed in on the paper. Snap a photo with my phone while they weren't looking. Get the info, and got that to dispatch, and they're like, oh, it turns out that trailer's actually here at the yard. So, and I was out of hours, so I went and slept at a McDonald's, which that was just like the third McDonald's I tried to stop at in a row that just was closed for no reason. So I was like, I've got such a craving for McNuggets. I'm usually good about not doing that too often, but every now and then you just get like that. And you gotta have McNuggets, you know? McNuggets and hot mustard. And my supply of hot mustard was dwindling, so I needed some extras. I'm up to 3 extras now, which is good. McDonald's hot mustard, delicious on everything. So, get nuggets, get extras, save them in the fridge. Good tactic. We took a reset yesterday. So after we delivered the load of ice cream in Dunkirk, we were indeed late to the next load. I was right. The place didn't unload me until right at my appointment time, and it took them 2 hours to unload me. So we were 2 hours late to the customer the next morning because I slept. I didn't even do the shortest break possible. I'm like, look, I already told you guys I was going to be late. I can't just lay down and go straight to sleep. It takes me like 30, 40 minutes to actually, get asleep from stopping the truck most of the time. That's on a good night. Sometimes it's more like an hour and a half or 2 hours, which is why I prefer 10-hour breaks or even 12-hour breaks over the 7 and 8. But wound up doing like a 7.5-hour split, because I managed to get asleep within like 30 minutes of stopping. We got super lucky. I got out of that customer at like midnight local time and snagged a spot at one of the throughway service plazas, which was just wild. It was so cool. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to record any of the customers on that run because it was just so tight. We were late to the pickup, got in the dock, got a load of cabbage, just fast as I possibly could down to Harrisburg to get unloaded, and got there and back straight into a dock, and they got me unloaded. Had one pit stop on the way to use the bathroom. To use the bathroom. Sorry. And that was it. That was our only stop on that whole trip. It was fun though. I've never gotten to drive. There's a new, not new. They've been working on turning it into freeway since the late 90s, I think. But from Rochester, New York, straight down to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, is not an interstate per se. It's got a couple of segments that are interstate, but it's mainly US Highway 15. 15 and what was 15 before the interstates. New York, I think, dropped their US 15 designation. It's just State Highway 15 now in New York. Or because New York's got freeways that are interstates that bypass it the whole way, so they just dropped the 15 marker. So from Rochester, New York, it's 390 south, and then 390 meets up with I-86, and then you can jump on I-99 from 86 to the Pennsylvania state line, and then 15 is upgraded to interstate quality all the way down to Interstate 180, but they haven't signed it as Interstate 99 yet. I don't know why. It's supposed to be part of 99 at some point. So yeah, you take 99/15 all the way south to Interstate 180. I don't remember the name of the town in Pennsylvania. I'm so sorry. It's way up the Susquehanna. Susquehanna? Yeah, Susquehanna. That's the right river. I'm not crazy. It's way up the Susquehanna from Harrisburg. But you jump on Interstate 180, you go around and then you pick up Pennsylvania State Highway 147 when 180 ends at Interstate 80. And 147 is brand spanking new freeway, just opened a couple months ago, back in July, I think. Goes down, meets up with I-15 or with US 15 near Shamokin Dam, which is fun. Shamokin Dam, Selensburg. Eventually, it's going to connect. It's going to connect all the way to the Selensburg bypass, but it doesn't yet. So you do have to drop onto 15 and go surface roads through to pick up the bypass by Selensburg, which sucks. It is the worst 4 miles of that highway. It's terrible. So many stoplights. It looks like Breezewood. If you've ever seen those meme pictures on the internet of like, this is what they took from us, and it's just like McDonald's and a Petro and just this horrible mess of truck stops. That's also in Pennsylvania. It's a place called Breezewood. It's not as spectacular as it is in that photo anymore, but it is still there. The last I checked, still had an open Radio Shack. Tell you how that, tell you what kind of traffic they get there. But yeah, Selensburg, or the road from the Selensburg bypass to up to Shamokin Dam, that whole area very feels like Breezewood, where just like an interstate's worth of traffic is dumped onto a surface road through this town, and just every business there is desperately trying to make as much money as they can before the highway bypasses them and they all close. It's a wild mess of signs and driveways, and just, oof, it's a nightmare to drive through. But you get through that, you get down a couple truck stops in Duncannon, Pennsylvania, or possibly Duncannon. I don't know. I'm going to say Duncannon. That makes the most sense. Hey, we got a friend. Hello, friend. Freightliner. Red Freightliner Columbia. That's a pretty truck. The Columbia is the predecessor to our Cascadia. Well, there were a few versions of the Cascadia came before this Cascadia, but that's from before the Cascadia even, which is super cool. Guess they're picking up cookies next. Well, it's going to be fun getting out of here. We got him there. Oh, boy. That's going to be an adventure. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get out of here soon, I think. They probably got us almost loaded already. They've been busy since I backed into the dock. Smells, I cannot express how good it smells here. It smells delightful. It smells like cookies. It is a cookie factory, so that's a good thing. You know, like the ice cream factory did not smell like ice cream. It smelled like sour milk. The cookie factory smells like fresh baked cookies, which is much better. So we'll get out of here. We'll get headed west soon. Get the heck away from New York City. Is about as close as I ever want to be again. I bobtailed through New York City once. It was not fun. And the only legal route for 53-foot trailers through New York City is I-95. I have done that with a trailer. It's also not fun. But bobtailed on 87 all the way down to near Hunts Point at one point, but then bobtailed out for reasons. Didn't actually get to pick up a load. You're not supposed to have 53-foot trailers down there. People do it all the time. I refuse now. Just no. Now that I know better, no, you're never getting me down in Manhattan or the Bronx or Harlem or Queens or Brooklyn with a 53-foot trailer ever again. I don't even think you're allowed to have them on Staten Island, even though there's a huge Amazon distribution center there that uses nothing but 53-footers. But no one cares. Well, there's a Twitter account that cares, and he's delightful, or she. I don't know. I don't actually know the person who runs it, but they're delightful. I do have to grab them sometimes. Be like, yeah, that's definitely a 48. That one's actually legal. But yeah, they love getting pictures of 53-footers getting stuck in horrible corners in New York City. It's a lot of fun, that Twitter account. It's run by a local, not a trucking fanatic, which is nice. There's all kinds of like, oh, look at this trucker screwed up sorts of pages on Facebook and stuff, but they're usually run by truckers, so they've got kind of a bias to them and tend to be horrible politically. But now this one's just locals in New York City taking pictures of trucks that are in their way, which is, I love it so much. All right, so they should be almost done loading me by now. We've been here about 20 minutes, and they're not getting in and out of the trailer as often anymore. So I will see you guys in the next video. My name's Eliodare. You can find me on the internet at Eliodare, Xbox Live, Steam, Nintendo Switch, etc. Say hello in the comments. The comments are a great place to get my attention because I do read them all. Still a tiny channel. It has come up once this week. Don't post comments with links. Those will just get auto-deleted by YouTube. I've had that setting on since this channel started. It has been wonderful at preventing spam, so sorry. If you desperately got a link you think I need to see, I probably don't, but Twitter, you know, it's the only place that's going to happen. But fair warning, I'm probably not going to click it. I'm busy, and a lot of it's, I don't need other people curating what videos I need to watch for me. No offense, but YouTube tries its hardest to do that for me anyway. But yeah, do say hi in the comments. I do read them all. That's why I know that somebody tried to post a link, because they're like, you didn't respond to my comments. Like, well, it didn't go through. Sorry. It's not my fault, I promise. But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing on YouTube. If you ever wonder why creators don't respond to your comments with links, it's because they probably got that enabled. And it's this really sneaky thing where you post the comment and it looks like it works for you, and it never shows up for anyone else, not even me, or the person who owns the channel in the case of other channels. Just, we never see them. Never. That sometimes they'll go into like a queue where you can approve them, but like this one this week never popped up. It's just, oh no, there's another truck here. Oh no, getting out's gonna suck. Oh no. We are approaching critical mass of trucks. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye. I'm on time. This is my appointment. I'm supposed to be here.